Welcome to It's All About You, a program that keeps you connected to all the exciting events, services, and businesses the City of Urbana has to offer. I'm your host, Natalie Marquez. On today's show, we'll talk to the Urbana Business Association about Market in the Square. We'll also learn about the sustainability efforts of Riggs Beer Company and see what's to come in the new year. Are you hungry? Well, Restaurant Week is just around the corner, and Visit Champaign County's Terri Reifsteck has all the details. But first, we're at the Vineyard Church in Urbana to talk about an upcoming event honoring the legacy of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And we're joined today by Vasilia Clark from the City of Urbana and Rachel Joy from the City of Champaign. Thank you so much for joining us and talking about this great annual event in its 17th year, if I'm correct, right? So why don't we start, Rachel? Tell us a little bit about yourself and your involvement with the MLK committee.
Okay. I'm with the Community Relations Office, and our involvement is just as a partner with the City of Urbana, University of Illinois, Parkland, and Champaign County. And we're working together to ensure that we have a great program this year and focusing on youth.
Fantastic. And Vasilia, how long have you been involved with the committee and your role with planning the event?
Well, actually, it's 17 years. I have been involved for 17 years.
All right.
I was fortunate enough to be a part of that first committee, joint community committee, 17 years ago, and the program has evolved since, but I'm still here.
Well, we're glad that you're still here, and with each year there is a theme. Can you tell us a little bit about the theme for the 2018 event?
Yes, it is 50 years past, 50 years forward, our future dreamers.
And what does that mean, or what are you hoping that illustrates in this year's event?
Well, one of the things that we were committed to for this 2018 program was to focus on our youth. And the 50 years past, we honor Dr. King. 50 years forward, we honor the progress that we've made. But we felt that this particular program should focus on the achievements of our young people in our community.
Fantastic. Now, Rachel, there will be youth from various local schools involved in the awards process. Can you give us a little bit of information about that?
Sure. The Champaign School District, Urbana School District, and also Rantoul will be participating this year. So looking at the schools actually helping with bringing the kids and making sure, since the focus is on them, we wanted to make sure that they could be a part of the program. Just being a part of the audience, making sure that the speaker is going to be someone that will be motivating to them and really get them encouraged and excited about being these future dreamers.
And you mentioned speaker. Who is the speaker for this year's event?
Sally Carter is our speaker this year from Tap In Academy.
Great. And the event this year is in a new location as compared to last year. Tell us about the Vineyard Church hosting the event.
Vineyard Church is our location this year. We think for a couple of reasons. It is a beautiful location. It's very welcoming to everyone. Great parking, if you will, just those things that people think about when they're talking about participating in something. So we wanted to make sure it was somewhere where everyone could feel welcome. And so we decided on Vineyard Church.
Great. And we're here at Vineyard Church right now, so a little preview of where folks will be coming in just a few weeks now. Vasilia, remind us of the date and time of this year's event.
Okay, the date is January 12th, which is a Friday. It'll be at 4 p.m. The doors will open at 3:30.
And the order of events or the schedule for the program, share with us what that looks like.
Well, we're going to have entertainment, which will be Banks, Bridgewater, and Lewis, Fine Arts Academy. Our MC this year will be Jennifer Roscoe from WCIA. We will have an awards presentation, and we'll have the keynote speech.
And then there's refreshments afterwards?
Yes, there will be a reception following the program from 5:30 until 6:30.
Great. Well, thank you both for your involvement in planning such an important event in our community, for your 17 years of dedication, and for your commitment to collaborating as a Champaign County-wide celebration. And I look forward to attending and seeing everyone out on January 12th.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we're back with It's All About You, and we're at Silvercreek, a restaurant here in downtown Urbana, and I'm joined today by Terri Reifsteck of Visit Champaign County. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So Terri, you've been on the program before to talk to us about one of Visit Champaign County's other programs, Follow the Farmstead, one of your many programs, but you have one coming up that I'm very fond of because it involves restaurants and eating. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I'm really excited. We are entering our second year of our Champaign County Area Restaurant Week. We actually just came off a big win with Midwest Living. We were named their greatest Midwest food town by their readers. So we're really excited about that, and Restaurant Week is an excellent opportunity for us to be able to showcase exactly why we are the greatest Midwest food town.
And I love that you choose to do the restaurant week a little bit later in the month. So, you know, as I start my New Year's resolutions of eating healthy, that sticks for a couple weeks. And then right when I fall off, it's like, yes, restaurant week is here.
Yeah, actually a lot of our advertising actually focuses on just throwing out those resolutions because you're going to want to eat this week. We're going to have some amazing restaurants participating. And what's really exciting about it is that it's kind of at a slower time of year for restaurants. So it's a great way to get people out of their house after the holidays. The weather's cold, you know, you don't really want to get out, but everybody wants to eat. So this is a really good way to do something in the wintertime that is not only fun, you can do with family or friends, your kids, and eat some really good food.
And I like that it focuses on restaurants not only in Urbana, but also in Champaign, and even broader out into Champaign County, and even into some of your partner communities like Arthur and Monticello. And there's places that, even being a townie and living here and eating out quite a bit, I hadn't been to until you highlighted it with Restaurant Week. What are some of the restaurants that we can prepare to add to our schedule, or where can we go to find that info?
Absolutely. So we're still in the process of securing some restaurants, but Silvercreek right here in Urbana is participating, which we're really excited about. This is their first year participating. We'll also have Miga in Champaign that's participating, and they were actually just named one of Open Table's top 10 sushi restaurants in the state, which is really awesome. So if you haven't been there, this is a great opportunity. Nando Milano Trattoria will be participating. Biaggi's will be participating. So that's a great one to go with your family. And you can find out all the restaurants and see their menus on our website, which is visitchampaigncounty.org/restaurant week.
And I know you'll do a big splash on social media, and that's how I would keep track of where to go and see lots of photos of the great food. Tell us which social media you're involved with so we can be sure to like and follow.
Well, we are on every social media channel. Facebook is definitely the best way to follow along with Restaurant Week. We do have an event already scheduled out there, so you can go and follow that event, select that you're interested in or going, and you'll get updates as time goes on. So as we post menus, you'll be able to see those. So follow along there, but we're also going to have some great pictures on Instagram, and we are going to have a scavenger hunt coming up where you could win a $25 gift card to one of the Restaurant Week restaurants. So make sure you follow us on Instagram as well.
Sign me up for that one. So remind us again when Restaurant Week is going to take place, and your website once again.
Absolutely. Restaurant Week will be January 26th to February 3rd. There will be special deals throughout that week at all of our participating restaurants, and you can go to our website at visitchampaigncounty.org/Restaurant Week for more information.
Well, thank you so much, Terri, for being on the program and sharing all the fun things to do and places to go in Champaign County and beyond. And we look forward to having you on the program again soon. Thanks for joining us on It's All About You. We are back at Riggs in Urbana. We came here right as you all were opening and did a great interview and learned a lot about what's going on, but there's been a lot brewing here over the past year. I'm sorry, since our last time we checked in with you. A lot happening outside, but let's talk about what's going on inside. Matt, tell us what's new.
Well, it's not that there's a lot new going on. We're a brewery, so from the day we started, we've been making beer, and that hasn't changed. But what has changed a little bit is that we're making more beer than when we started. Right now, we're making about twice as much beer as we were about 1.5 years ago when we started. In fact, in 2017, a couple hard numbers that we like to throw out there, we made and sold 400,000 pints of beer, and we used 12,000 pounds of our own Riggs-grown grain to do so.
That's awesome.
So not a lot new. Every now and then we bring out a new seasonal beer, but here we're just kind of now hitting our stride as a new young business and making more beer and operating a little bit healthier margins as a young business.
And speaking of operating in a healthy way, you're also speaking to the sustainability not only of your business, but of the land and the environment around you by adding something on the exterior of your building, or I guess on the exterior of your property. Tell us about that.
Exactly right. Yeah, so from the inception of the idea of having the brewery, we knew that it's a resource-intensive industry and process to make beer. We wanted to be as good a stewards as possible in our beer production, but in the very beginning, we didn't know exactly how much beer we'd be making. We didn't know how much we'd be selling.
Sure.
We didn't know what the finances would shuffle out to look at or to look like. But 1.5 years in now, we've got a better idea of where we stand. And a couple months ago, we were able to sit down seriously and start to plan our transition to solar for our electrical demand. And we've been happy, we've been thrilled with the reception that we've had here in Urbana and throughout central Illinois. We've been able to sell enough beer and use enough electricity that it made sense for us to look seriously at a solar array to supply our business here with electrical. And yeah, once we started doing the numbers and thinking outside the box a little bit with our accountant, we figured out we could do it.
Right.
It wasn't a no-brainer. It's not something that has no financial impact on the business, obviously. There's a bit of a burden there, but we structured it in a unique way that allowed us to lease the system for the first several years and then buy the system later on down the road, which allows us to switch now as compared to waiting until we could use more depreciation and tax credits. We wanted to do it now because it's just something that's been bothering us. Like, we're using a lot of juice. We should be able to go solar. Can we go solar? And eventually it came up. We were able to figure out a solution that worked, and we could make it happen.
And we were chatting a little bit before we came on air about the amount of power this solar array will provide you. It's pretty substantial. Yeah,
it's a pretty big array. 75.9 kilowatts is the size. So the average residential install is about 5 kilowatts. So we're looking at about 25 times the size of a residential array, but that's the size of array that meets our electrical demand. The way that the law is written here in Illinois, we can't overproduce and get paid for any solar power that we just give the utility in excess to our usage. Averaged out over a year, we have to be either right at our demand or just underneath. So that's what we sized the solar array to meet, is somewhere between 90 and 100% of our overall usage.
That's fantastic. And you talked about a little bit more development happening out there to provide some more seating and things like that. So you've got some things coming up for 2018.
Yeah, definitely. This is the biggest addition to our concept here by far in the first 1.5 years. So the ground mount array that you can see from High Cross Road, that's 250 feet long, about 15 feet tall of solar panels. That's about 2/3 of the generation capacity. And then back in our beer garden area, we were going to have 2 more elevated arrays that are going to be between 10 and 15 feet off the ground at an angle, and right over top of our outside patio beer garden drinking area, so that people can enjoy a nice cold Riggs beer underneath shade provided by solar panels that also provide the electricity to produce said cold Riggs beer.
It all comes, that's wonderful.
Yeah, it's a warm, fuzzy feeling. It's great that the business has been able to have a great first 1.5 years and that we can seriously do this. It's something you dream about. It takes a lot of hard work to get there, but we're definitely proud and happy to do this. And we hope that a lot of other people, either in their residential personal life or at their business, look to solar. And we hope that maybe this is an inspiration that it can work now. And especially as a business that's been established for a few years and has had more years to depreciate some of their assets, it's even more financially feasible. As a new business, you really got to get creative, and that's why the solar leasing was important. But as an established business, the payback times can be very, very quick.
Awesome. So moving into 2018, remind us about your hours, your any kind of seasonal beers you have coming out, or just a general reminder that we should come visit.
We're here, and you should come visit and check out the solar panels.
Yes.
And the beer that was made by them. So we're open here at the tap room Thursday through Sunday. The majority of our beer is wholesale beer that goes out the back door on a forklift and gets delivered to bars and restaurants throughout Central Illinois. So from the state line over in Danville to Peoria to Alton, kind of greater Central Illinois, and the periphery there, we distribute beer to. We've had outstanding support from the community, a lot of great sales numbers. We're just hitting our targets, and that's what's enabled us to do cool stuff like this. So we thank you to the people watching this and the people who've supported us. Without that support, there would be no solar panels here. This building would be empty again. Yeah. And the city wants us here, and we want to be here too. So it's a win-win for us.
So many warm, fuzzy feelings.
There's a lot of warm, fuzzy feelings to keep you warm this cold July Midwest winter. I'm sorry, July? I swear I haven't taken a sample. Yeah.
All good.
January is what I mean.
So remind us your website and if we can connect with you on social media.
Yep. So rigsbeer.com is our website with all of our kind of standard info on there. And then Facebook is where we do most of the social media stuff. If you just Google or Facebook, Riggs Beer Company, you can find us there. We occasionally do some tweets.
Okay.
But most of our stuff's on Facebook.
All right. And one final question. What's your favorite beer that you produce here? Or do you have a favorite?
Yeah, my all-time favorite is our Hefeweizen, which surprisingly has also been our #1 seller. So I've been happy to see that happen. I thought that maybe I'd just have to be the only one drinking Hefeweizen so that we had an excuse to keep making it, but it turned out to be a favorite of a lot of people. So yeah, the Hef. It's a German-style wheat beer made with wheat, a variety of wheat that was developed here at the U of I, and we grow right outside the beer garden. So not only is the beer solar powered through electrical means, but we've got several acres of wheat out there that's also solar powered that goes in the beer.
So you can see it all when you come.
There you go.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for allowing us to come back and visit you, check out these great things that you have going on, and we wish you all the best in 2018, and we'll be back.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us on It's All About You. We are at Lincoln Square in downtown Urbana, joined by Paris with the Urbana Business Association. Thanks for being on the program.
Thanks for having me.
One of our favorite and most frequent guests, I think, because you have a lot going on at the Urbana Business Association.
We do.
Between the events for your members and businesses throughout the community, you also host Indoor Farmers Market, and it's starting back up again this month, this January.
Yep, so it's Market in the Square, and it runs, the last half of the season is January through April, and then January through March is the second and fourth Saturday, and then in April it's the second and third Saturday because of the marathon. Don't want to have it on marathon weekend.
Yep, might be a little hard to get in, and then you might not be able to get out.
Yeah.
So one of the things that your market really focuses on is showcasing local businesses. Who can we expect to see as part of the Indoor Farmers Market?
Well, we'll still have Blue Moon, so they'll have their produce here, and we still have a lot of crafters, jewelry makers, bakers, so there's going to be still a very wide variety of vendors at the market. And it's also a good opportunity not only for the community to come see all these really cool things, but it's a good opportunity for small entrepreneurs or startups to be able to get their business in front of people or their product in front of people as well.
Are there opportunities or available space for vendors that are interested in participating?
We still have plenty of space available, so if somebody is interested in participating in the market, they can visit our website, urbanabusiness.com. urbana.com, go to the events tab, click Market in the Square, and they'll be able to find all the information there.
Wonderful. And are you going to continue some of the special programming at the Farmers Market as you move into 2018?
Yeah. So we'll still have the Urbana Public Arts program coming, doing kids activities, and different community groups will come in and do some fun activities for the kids. So while the parents are shopping, maybe one of the other parents can distract the kids with some fun things to do.
I can get on board with
Yeah.
that. Fantastic. So remind us again your website and the dates for the 2018 indoor market.
It's urbanabusiness.com, and then January through March, 2nd and 4th Saturday, and April is the 2nd and 3rd Saturday, and it runs 8 to 1.
8 to 1. All right. Well, thank you so much, Paris, and keep us posted on other events and activities you have going on in 2018, and Happy New Year.
Thank you.
For more information on the City of Urbana, you can visit their website at urbanaillinois.us. We appreciate you tuning in today and hope you'll join us again, and remember, it's all about you.